Inmates requested to speak to the media on Tuesday, threatening to cause another riot similar to the disturbance caused in September when inmates started a fire in one of the jail pods. Inmates continue to become agitated with the overcrowding situation currently an issue at the Okmulgee County Jail. Population has steadily increased, dropping only periodically over the past 2 years. Most recently, the problem has escalated as the jail, built for 154 occupants with a maximum of 226, is currently standing at 360 prisoners on October 7th. At inmates' discretion, they chose one prisoner to speak to Okmulgee News Network as a representative for the group in each pod. Food was one of the top complaints.
Biggest complaint would be the food. Just lack of nutrients and the portion sizes. I've been here 5 months. I was 240 pounds when I came in. I might be 200. My elementary kids eat more on their portions at school than what grown men do back here.
How many meals do you get a day?
We get 3.
How do you feel the portions are?
I feel like it's something that you give a kindergarten or a high school. It's not enough to get you full. And then on top of that, we don't get canteen like that. We haven't got canteen within the last few weeks. So in the middle of the night, we're still hungry. Afterwards, we're still hungry.
But the food here is so terrible. I mean, it's the first month I was in here, it took me forever to get used to not eating that much. I've lost quite a bit of weight.
I've been here 9 months and have not ate one hot meal from the kitchen. Here in the past 6 weeks, they're changed over to a new commissary. They're in the process of getting changed over, and we have the commissary kind of supplements the food. The food's not very good at all, and there's not very much of it. I would compare the food that we get to what an elementary school student would get on their lunch tray. When we have commissary, we can kind of, have things to snack on in between meals and stuff. Without that commissary, it's, tensions are high enough, they treat us bad. And then without food.
You said they treat you bad. What?
Well, they treat us less than human.
Are you talking physical abuse or?
Just verbal. Come in several times a day, and they shake us down, they go through our stuff, they throw it in the floor, they just.
During some of those shakedowns, have there been items found?
Oh yeah, they find knives, weapons, razor blades, stuff like that on almost every one of them. People make things to protect themselves in situations like we're in right now. It's just the law of nature.
Inmates spoke about the overcrowding conditions in the jail.
Well, it's been overcrowded ever since I've been here. The last few months has been really overcrowded. We've averaged in B-Pod from anywhere from, I'd say, 60 up to over 70 people with one shower, one phone, people all over the floor.
It's overcrowded, and they expect 68 people to get along. How do you get along with 68 people when we're in a tiny little cell? It's like 5 to 6 people in the cell. And then some of the toilets don't even work, and they're backed up. One of our showers don't work.
Are you able to take a shower?
Yeah, upstairs, but we have to make a long line, and sometimes some people don't even get to take showers.
With the overpopulation, tensions run high.
You get that many grown men in one area. I mean, someone's gonna step on someone's mat, someone's gonna fart while you're eating, someone's gonna walk by and bump somebody. I mean, it's inevitable. You put that many men or women on top of each other, tensions are gonna be high. And then you're starving on top of it.
Once explained, it was clear inmates have caused more of their own uncomfortableness.
Get a mat and a blanket when you come in. 2 of the inmates in my cell didn't have mats or blankets for the first 5 days. They were just laying on the floor with no mat, no blanket, and they finally brought them a blanket after 5 days. The last 2 days of the lockdown, they finally received a mat.
And the reasons you're being given is there's just not enough mats and blankets to go around? Or have mats and blankets been taken?
Well, in Delta Pod, they flooded the pod, caught a bunch of them on fire. So, the inmates were responsible for, running their own mats.
John Martin commented on the mattresses and other issues.
We have additional mats. It's required by jail standards for us to have mats. Now, in the case of D unit, obviously we have a disturbance and they burn some of their mats and bedding and uniforms. And it's difficult for us to always ascertain exactly how many mats to have over. At one point in time, we were 20, 30 inmates over. Now we're close to 100 over. And so we try and maintain, and as inmates tear them up, we try and replace them as quickly as possible. Today, we're at 316 inmates. And our maximum rated capacity is 226. The jail was originally built for 154. But we are authorized to hold up to 226. Now remember, when you talk maximum population, that's the maximum. That is not function. Just because we can hold that many legally doesn't mean that we can function the way the facility is designed to function. Part of the problem with the overcrowding is I don't have the staff to maintain all the systems the way that were set up before. Our biggest thing why we wanted to have this is to let people know that the jail is not responsible for the overcrowding. We're not putting inmates in here, and we are not the authority that can release them.
Okmulgee County Sheriff Eddie Rice commented on the overcrowded jail.
There's nothing we can do about overcrowding other than working with the judicial judges, dealing with the DA and some other issues. We cannot stop accepting inmates. We still have crime ongoing and people have to be punished.
Okmulgee News Network will be looking into more operations of the management of the Okmulgee County Jail and informing the public on how to get their questions answered. Also, in an upcoming report, an inside look into what life is like on the inside from an anonymous ex-prisoner who served time in the Okmulgee County Jail.